Do you have any comments about today's activities?
Well, Sandy, it's a great day for Front Royal and for Warren County. I'm just so glad to join so many others, Governor Allen and others, in welcoming Family Dollar here.
And how did the General Assembly go?
I'm very glad it's over, Sandy, but we got some good legislation through, and there was one area that I know you personally were so concerned about, and that was parental notification. And I'm so pleased that we got that bill through, a true parental notification bill. And there are a lot of other bills that we got through affecting the economy and education and the environment, a cut in the unemployment tax for businesses in Virginia that I think we can take great pride in.
Do you have any comments to make about today's activity?
It's been a long trip, and I'm just glad we finally gotten here, and it's a positive thing for Warren County, and I welcome Family Dollar.
Tell me a little bit about what you're doing out here today.
What we're doing today is protesting the awarding of the contract to Ellsworth Electric, which is a Maryland contractor, a non-union contractor who doesn't provide health care benefits for their employees. This is a great opportunity in this area, and we're glad to see it come, but we would just like to see homegrown contractors bid or be able to bid on this work and performance so that we can provide workers from this area to do this job. We represent Local 26, Washington, D.C.
Do you have members here?
We have a union hall here in Warren County. We've been here for over 100 years. We have 4,300 members who are more than willing to do this job if they let us.
Can I ask you?
I want to say that this is a great day for Warren County. We've been looking forward to it for almost a year and a half now, and it's finally come to fruition.
This project for this area means a lot of economic opportunity for local contractors such as us. It has roughly 40,000 tons of asphalt involved in it. The grading contractor here has a large contract. It will give local people opportunity for employment and good skilled labor positions. We think it is a great asset and adds to the infrastructure of this area and this county. Front Royal in the last few years has shown fantastic economic growth with the introduction of the Inland Port, Torrey, several projects, and is continuing to grow. And with the demise of the viscose plant, it is great for this area.
Do you have some of your other supervisors here?
Yeah, all the people here? Yeah, everyone.
Well, Leon, you should have brought some of that Carolina weather.
Well, it's good to see you again. So glad it's worked out. John, good to see you.
Yeah, really.
Good to see you, Todd. We're going to do a great job. These are good entrepreneurs here. I understand you.
We know that word tax is a bad word there, Leon. That word tax is a bad word.
As far as licensing the truck, there's no titling tax to get a long license period or something for permitting. You end up having more of the revenues coming from those who use the roads interstate. It makes us much more competitive for owning and registering your trucks in Virginia. There's no sales tax on that. So you get more service jobs that way, and the purchase of tires and batteries and whatever else.
Our position analysis we've been doing, we've got about 140 drivers in Charlotte, and we'll analyze here fleet versus contract.
Yeah, I was talking to another distribution facility, and they said they registered their trucks in those different taxes. But their trucking folks all knew about this change we made in our laws. And that
Can we have people please come up and take seats? We'll be starting in just a moment. To be completely operational by the end of this year. That's going to be a lot of
quick work to get that done. But the best news of all is Family Dollar's investment is creating 425 new jobs. Now, let me brag a little bit on you all with Family Dollar here, John and Leon. Family Dollar is one of the fastest growing discount store chains in the entire United States. It operates over 2,500 general merchandise stores in 38 states. This facility is going to service about 1,000 of those stores, as I understand it. Here in Virginia, Family Dollar has 129 stores employing over 900 Virginians. Obviously, the success of Family Dollar is because of great leadership of John Rear and Leon Levine. They're focused on profitable growth. Indeed, they have an aggressive expansion program underway. And what I especially appreciate is their competitive spirit. Anyone who understands this market that you all are in Family Dollar, you have to be competitive. You constantly have to be looking at ways to get the best value to your customers because you're not the only one in the business. You're in a lot of competition. Like it'll be good for our economy. So let me tell you, the folks from the grassroots, even when we're looking at flood damage, folks were aware of this and very supportive. Also, you're going to benefit from a very good and strategic location. You're within 60% of the population of the United States within a 24-hour drive. And you can take advantage of our transportation network, whether it's the interstates, obviously the inland port here. I assume and know that you import certain items. And we have a great port in Hampton Roads, and the inland port also will serve you as far as those connections. And also we have changes in our trucking regulations and tax laws that was just passed to make Virginia a more desirable place to register trucks. And that will also make them more likely to be registered here, and that helps with the mechanics and the suppliers for handling those trucks. To you to make sure that you as a shareholder, as a part owner of Virginia, will continue to have good dividends and good profits. Thank you, John, so very much. To help Warren County out with the site development costs, I'm very pleased to present you this check for $200,000 from the Governor's Opportunity Fund. Thank you all so very much.
Here, and this is a great day for Warren County. You're here, and bless your hearts, we're gonna work with you from now on, and I'm sure it's going to be a very fine association. And with that, I would like to welcome to our podium John Rear, who is the president of the Family Dollar.
We conducted an extensive site analysis and considered locations in West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Warren County was our first choice and the ideal location for our third distribution center. Warren County provides us with a quality workforce, a great work ethic, outstanding access to major interstate highways, a beautiful area for our employees to live, and strong support by all the officials. Family Dollar wants to say a special thanks to Governor George Allen, officials and representatives of the Virginia Economic Development Partnership, Warren County, the town of Front Royal, and the Industrial Development Authority of the town of Front Royal and Warren County. Without their efforts and hard work, we would not be here today. It's been a great team effort. As you can see, we are just starting with construction of the new center, and we are delighted that all of you have joined us in this groundbreaking ceremony.
Frame or two would be nice. get one more try. That's
Watch your hand on this.
There you go.
Let this top in here.
Just one more towards each side, my gentleman. Fantastic.
All right, now we'll throw it at your feet.
I'm ready for it.
Count of three, we'll throw it at his feet. 1, 2, 3.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, nice shovel.
That concludes our ceremony.
They look expensive. They're engraved, so you tie back in.
I've got mine.
You got yours?
I've got mine.
Yours.
My 6th grade school teacher said if I didn't watch out, I was going to end up on the end of the shovel.
All right, now we'll take questions from the media.
There's a backhoe back there.
Oh no, it's more pleasure using a shovel. You get a feel it hitting.
I think they had a little.
Being centrally located.
Now, how long have you been interested in the area? When did you start looking?
We started looking about 1.5 years ago.
And this is for a distribution center?
For a distribution center, 915,000 square feet. And we looked in West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Maryland area. And we decided that this was the best location because of the reasons I had named earlier.
Well, it certainly is an exciting day for Front Royal, Warren County, and the entire Shenandoah Valley. Welcome.
Thank you. It's an exciting day for us. This is our 3rd complete distribution center, and this will be our largest center at 915,000 square feet. And we're looking forward to it. It's going to add a lot of economy to our company, and we'll save about $2.3 million on transportation costs by opening this center here.
Now, why is that?
Well, it'll reduce the distances between our home flagship center in Charlotte, North Carolina, to the stores, because today we distribute out of Charlotte, North Carolina, all the way to Maine. So that'll cut the transportation costs down drastically.
Once
how happy I am that Family Dollar is located here today. I think it'll bring some jobs to the people of Front Royal and Warren County, and I'm happy that I might have played some small part in that. It was nice to have Governor Allen here, and if we can continue to expand economically in this area, I think that it's going to lead to a better way of life for our citizens here. Not as many will have to travel down the highway. They'll be able to stay here, have a decent job at a decent wage, and be able to raise their families. Thank you.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 public hearings and 1 lawsuit later, Valley residents witnessed the passing of an era, with the Johns Farm rezoned from agricultural to industrial use. We thought it might be interesting to listen to Warren County resident Hamlin Johns, who grew up farming and sold his farm so a Family Dollar warehouse can use the land.
Most of the dairy has gone out of business. There's still just one dairy that I know about in Warren County, and labor has gotten so high that it's hard matter to keep labor.
Have any of your children or grandchildren become farmers?
No, they couldn't. I have two boys, and they couldn't farm. They just couldn't do it and survive.
So you're the last farmer in your family.
Yeah.
Well, would you like to add anything else? Any advice for the viewers?
No, I wouldn't like to advise anybody, because one man can make it where another can't. I've seen people that tried to farm and just couldn't make it from inexperience.
Reporting from Front Royal for WAZT, I'm Sandy Flynn.
Don't like to work like you used to. Don't like to work like you used to. Back when I was coming up, we worked, didn't make any difference about the hours. You didn't keep hours at all. You just worked whenever the day was, you had to making hay, you just worked as long as you could work.
Monsieur Victory was just such a pleasure to meet with there in France. Wasn't he from Algeria originally? My mother's from Tunisia, French, and so it's just great, comparing that sort of. And then when France gave up Tunisia and Algeria, he came to France and so forth. And he's so competitive, and he's showing us about their centrifugal machinery and how they make it better than others. And there's others that are bigger, but they like to compete. And I just said, gosh, that's the attitude we have in Virginia. And that was fortunate that we went to France and met with him, because we were in competition in this one with North Carolina and South Carolina. They did want to. Our right to work laws mattered a great deal. That will tell you something about Chicago. One of the things they wanted, if you read between several lines, but that mattered a great deal. Our workforce training services, obviously they had a view that was positive from their existing facility, but this is going to be a major, expansion for them. I think it's about $8 million expansion, I believe. What is? Yeah, $8 million. Yeah, and so it's going to be a major decision as to what they do when they acquire that company from Chicago, and whether to move that. They could have put that aspect of it in North or South Carolina or Virginia, and then the worry was you'd have also the existing jobs at risk as they did the Chicago business in some other state. So one, it's good that we're getting the additional 60 jobs, but it also does secure the jobs, whatever number they may be, that are currently here. It's a great company. You'd love meeting this fella. He's competitive, he's intense, but he loves it. I mean, he's just loves the competition, and he likes coming up with ideas that are better than others from bigger companies, and they end up having to somehow get up to speed with him. And so personally, this was one that was a great deal of fun for me, not only as a jobs, but trying to practice my franglais, my French and English. And
saying his name. Say it again.
Monsieur Victory, Monsieur Marcel Victory. And that's another thing. What a great name, Victory. And so we met with him there, and obviously corresponded and talked back and forth. One day when I called him back, his secretary was there, and he wasn't there, and she didn't speak English very well, and I don't speak French that well, but we were just laughing back and forth. I mean, just a great sense of humor with her, and finally he called me, and I answered the phone, and I call him back. He answers the phone this was on December 31st, and everyone's on vacation except for the two CEOs, so to speak. The secretaries and all are gone, and so we had a great conversation. And he told me that it'd probably be sometime in late February, early March, when everything would be set in Illinois. So it's a great victory. This is a nice day with winds all along Route 522, and for the Northern Valley area.
George, were the protests against Family Dollar a sour note on your economic development?
No, No, it makes me appreciate even more the efforts of the local governing bodies here, whether it's the Planning Commission or the Board of Supervisors. It makes me, as I said in my remarks, even more appreciative of Family Dollar for their patience. And I said, look, the people are all for it here. There are a few people in any sort of effort to bring jobs in. There's always somebody who doesn't think it's important to bring more jobs in. But clearly, 95% of the people in Warren County and Front Royal are for this. The Board of Supervisors represented their views, and the Economic Development Authority and everyone else worked creatively to have this good day come to pass. And you know, there's always somebody who doesn't like something, but that shouldn't deter you from what your goals are. You fight for your principles, you have your goals. Yeah, so that's one. I'm not going to talk about negatives. I'm going to talk about positives. It's unfortunate, but nevertheless, I think the right decision has been made by everyone at the state and the local levels and by the private company. And as you can see here, there's a great deal of enthusiasm and appreciation for the 425 jobs that will be created here. And I'm not going to comment on those who disagree with me on it. And I said, you know, as governor, I want to make sure that people knew Virginia was open for business. I recollect representing this area for 14 months in Congress, and one of the things that they cared a great deal about was unemployment. Bill was talking about that earlier, how just 5-6 years ago, the unemployment rates were 12-14% in this area, and they were very eager to get more jobs in. And so we've worked hard to attract more business into Virginia, and it's essential that you have local governments that are equally interested in aggressively bringing more jobs in. And we've worked well, obviously, with Front Royal and Warren County with the PenTab investment. They moved from New York. Toray is just an outstanding company, Japanese company, that came down here, and boy, they've turned into outstanding ambassadors for Virginia and Warren County. When we were in Japan, their board of directors were all excited about some additional things that were being done on that side, and now Family Dollar. So I'm still working to even get more jobs into Warren County, because that's what the people of Warren County want, and that's what the people of Virginia elected me to do.
Bringing in more and more business as you have and the industries as you have, would you like to have this as your crowning moment during your term as governor, and this is what you would like to be remembered for?
Well, certainly it's one of the more gratifying aspects of and accomplishments of our administration. We promised that we had a goal of 125,000 new jobs, and over the first 3 years we're now over 200,000 new jobs and over $11.5 billion of new investment. The last 3 years have been the best 3 years in all of Virginia's history for investment, and they're now calling us a Silicon Dominion and so forth, and that is very important. I think it's important that people have jobs, that they can lead self-sufficient, self-reliant lives for their families. But also important, clearly, is public safety, and I think the abolition of parole and truth in sentencing, the juvenile justice reforms, the 3 strikes you're out, bifurcated jury trials, all that's important for safety. Businesses aren't going to locate in a high crime area, and so that's important. I also believe that the education reforms we've made, that people are finally getting around to understanding with our high academic standards, to focus on the basics of math, science, English, and history is important, and accountability. Freezing college tuition to make it affordable for families is important.